G'day, it's Craig here from White Magic, here today to talk about the brand new White Magic Universal Squeeze Mop Refill Head. This product was invented by our customers. We've had lots of customers for the last 10 years really asking us, why don't we make White Magic attachable to a mop? So we finally got around to doing it, sorry for the delay, and we've made a mop head that is attachable to either a 2 or 4-post squeeze mop. For those of you who know the squeeze mops, they come in a 2-post, which means they're 2 screws, or 4-post, 4 screws. So let's go through the product and show you how it works. Okay, so when you take the squeeze mop out of the packaging, you'll notice some changes to the sponge versus your regular White Magic. What we've done is we've taken a White Magic block that was twice the thickness and compressed it to make it denser and stronger, because when White Magic cleans floors, sometimes it might hit something which is a little bit jagged or a little bit rough and it needs to keep working. Those of you out there who know the White Magic know it wears away, and this sponge will wear away all the way back to the yellow PU sponge, but for floor cleaning it needs to be stronger. So we've used an extra power sponge to ensure that it lasts twice as long as the regular sponge, and it'll keep working for you for longer. Okay, so when you turn it over, you see some plastic on the back. This plastic has to be very precise because the holes in this squeeze mop have to line up exactly with the 2 or 4-post squeeze mops on the market. Now, we've been very careful to make sure the plastic does line up, and there's not one squeeze mop, either 2 or 4-post, that we know of on the Australian market that this does not fit. So it should fit any squeeze mop, whether it's a Sabco, whether it's an Oates, or whether it's a home brand, or many others in between. In New Zealand, this fits everything except for the Raven squeeze mop. Now, if you look at this plastic, you'll see the holes where the screws go into. You'll also see the screws. Now, you'll see in a second how you detach those screws. Those screws have got nice long thread, so that means you'll go down through the top of a squeeze mop into this pad easily, and it's also got nice long finger holes where you can twist the screw downwards into the squeeze mop more easily, because a lot of the cheap ones on the market have got quite small finger holes and make it difficult for people with longer or fatter fingers. Okay, so now let's get down to how to install the White Magic squeeze mop on your 2 or 4-post squeeze mop. So as you know, you've got the 4 screws, so regardless of whether it's a 2 or 4-post, you need to detach all the screws from the head. So just make sure you don't damage any of these joining pieces, but the screws should easily come off and you're ready to install. Okay, so now first for the 2-post squeeze mop, find your 2 central holes in the center of the sponge. That's where the 2-post goes in. Place over your 2-post head and find the hole, and then simply screw down. Then you repeat for the other side until firm and it's ready to roll. Ready to go. Okay, now for the 4-post squeeze mop, put your pad on the ground and you'll see 4 holes on the outside of the sponge. That's where the 4 posts go in. So again, it's just a matter of placing your head over the pad, eye off the first hole. The first hole is always the most difficult, and screw down into that hole. Repeat for the 4 other holes and you're done. There we go, all done. Okay, so the first step to use the White Magic squeeze mop is to attach it. The second step is to wet it. All White Magic sponges need to be used wet. So to add water to this mop, you simply take it to a bucket or to the laundry sink. Wet the sponge thoroughly, turn off the water, and then squeeze it. Let the water drip out for about 5 seconds and then let it come back. Now it's ready to use. Okay, so the 4-post works exactly the same way. Simply wet. Squeeze out excess. Let the excess water drip out. And then go to work. Now, one quick thing to remember is don't use very hot or boiling water on these mops because the plastic might buckle. So just use warm or cold water, because that doesn't really matter the heat of the water for cleaning the mop. It's simply the water going through the fibres to dislodge the dirt. So big point, don't use hot or boiling water with the White Magic squeeze mop. Okay, so the next big question is, what can the White Magic squeeze mop refill clean? Basically it can clean stubborn marks of any smooth floor. So we're talking tiles, vinyl, marble, stone. The only thing not to use the White Magic squeeze mop refill head on is something with a high gloss or polish finish, such as polished timber, because it is abrasive. White Magic does use abrasion, no cleaning, to remove marks. So in the office here we've got some tiles, some ceramic tiles, and I've got some footprints which are very easy to remove. And just to show you how effective it is, we've even got some permanent marker down here on the floor that with a few backwards and forwards motions you can see how the White Magic squeeze mop can remove. For more downward pressure, you just simply put your foot over the top of the sponge and that will compress it even stronger onto the surface to dislodge the dirt, the grime, or even in this instance, the permanent marker. Thanks for watching this White Magic instructional video on the new Squeeze Mop Universal Refill. Any questions, don't hesitate to email us at info@whitemagic.biz, and happy cleaning.